Thank you.
We have team 1 presenting first.
I was wondering, do we have a clicker that we can use?
Clicker is not working.
Clicker's
Okay,
not
so we'll just
Choose.
Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, judges. We're all very excited to be here today. It was a long process, and we put in a lot of work and effort. And it was an enriching learning experience. We were collaborated together, and it was a good thing that we're doing. On that note, we'd like to begin with the story of Jamie and Michael.
This is Jamie Topple, a 34-year-old mother from Ohio. In February 2015, the Topple family were having a normal day. Ms. Topple, her husband, and her mother all at work with their 4-month-old son, Michael, being watched over by a highly recommended babysitter. While Michael was taking his regular time nap, his babysitter went in and checked on him and found him blue and unresponsive. Paramedics and doctors at the local hospital did everything that it could, but it breaks my heart to say that Michael did not survive. After an autopsy, it was concluded that Michael died due to SIDS, or sudden infant death syndrome. Ms. Topple says if there was a piece of technology out there that could monitor her baby's heart or health and give her notifications, that it could have given her a fighting chance and he still might be here today.
Jamie's unfortunate story was one of many. There are millions of other parents who lost their beloved children due to these unfortunate yet avoidable causes. Now, I want you to all close your eyes and imagine. It's a beautiful day outside, and you decide to take your baby to the park, and you play games with him on the playground and various activities throughout the day. And in the end of the day, you're tired, but you're happy that you spent some quality time with your child. Now, exhausted as you head home, you decide to put the baby in the crib, and you slowly drift to sleep. Now, in the middle of the night, what if the baby's body temperature increases drastically? What if the baby is not receiving enough oxygen because the oxygen levels are low? Or what if the baby is severely dehydrated because it didn't take enough water? These are the leading causes of deaths of infants in our today's generation. There are millions of other parents who are worried and concerned about the safety and security of our children. Everyone wants to see their child grow into a successful person and do wonders, but they have to receive the proper care in order to do so.
Over 2.4 million infants are admitted to the emergency room every year. The top reasons for these include severe dehydration, respiratory problems such as bronchitis and asthma, fever, and infections. The sad part is, doctors don't have access to vital information that could lead them to detect all of the symptoms for all of these earlier. That's because they only get information when the parents take babies to checkups, which might not happen more than a few times a week. What about all the other hours and days that the baby spends at home? What about all the information there? Think about what they could do if they had access to that.
So as you can see here, this is our infant mortality rate as of 2010. So what is infant mortality rate? Infant mortality rate is the number of deaths that infants have between the ages 0 and 1. So these are the majority of the developing countries, and as you can see, the United States has the highest mortality rate. In just 2014, over 23 infants died due to these causes. So we calculated that at 63 families per day. So 63 families had to endure what Jamie has endured. And this is one of our motives for our solution.
To gain more insight into this problem, we talked with experienced pediatrician, Dr. Badri Dante. And he said pediatrics is a very crucial job, and it's also very hard because infants and young children cannot properly detail their problems. All they can do is cry, so it's hard to perform a proper diagnosis of the situation.
So Kanika Gupta was one of the people we surveyed. She was a mother of 3, and she was saying that having an infant was really stressful for her. She had to periodically get up in the middle of the night and check her baby's breathing to see if the baby was breathing properly. This, in turn, led her to be sleep-deprived and restless, and led to an unproductive day.
We all collaborated on this problem and came up with a solution. That is Mikros, where we ensure the health of the next generation. Before we continue, I'd like to present our team. I want everybody to be recognized for their hard work and effort. We'll start off with our CEO, Abhijit.
Good morning, my name is Abhijit. I'm the COO of Mikros. I'm a sophomore at Panther Creek. I'm interested in STEM, especially robotics.
Hello, my name is Trishul Ganassetti. I'm the CTO of Mikros, and I'm a sophomore as well at Panther Creek High School. I'm interested in engineering programs and computer programming.
My name is Sadhana Srinivasan. I'm a freshman at Apex High School. I'm the CMO and I'm interested in the arts.
My name is Nikli Acharya. I'm the CIO of Mikros. I'm a freshman at Panther Creek. I'm interested in life sciences.
My name is Manas Sakalpati. I'm the CEO of Mikros. I'm a 10th grade at Panther Creek High School, and I thoroughly enjoy computer science and finance.
So, you guys are wondering, what is Mikros? So, for all these problems we explained earlier, Mikros is an innovative design that we came up as a solution. So, Mikros is a wristband that you can put either on your wrist or ankle for the baby, depending on its comfort, and it measures these four body processes. So, there's going to be 4 sensors, and each of them will detect the heart rate, the oxygen level, the body temperature, and the hydration level. So basically how this would work is that you would place this on the baby and it would detect these levels. So if, for example, if the heart rate is higher than expected or than the average, Mikros would immediately detect this and send a notification via a smartphone. So it detects any abnormal levels and then tells the parents immediately so they can take the necessary precautions to keep their child safe. And another one, this is powered by a thermoelectric generator. So this will be placed underneath the wristband, and this is basically self-sustaining. It uses the baby's body warmth to detect any, to generate electricity. So you would never have to use a battery again.
This is our 3D printed prototypes.
The prototype on the leg is what we would call a gum and rubber prototype, and then we have more other one that you can hold on. One big aspect of Mikros is the data flow. We'll start off with the beginning and go to the end so you can get a more detailed insight onto how it works. So once the parent buys Mikros and places it on their child, they'll periodically send signals to connected devices using Bluetooth. And from there, the devices, such as the parent's phone, will forward it to the cloud, where it will get processed and stored. They say it takes a village to raise a child, and that's what we're doing here. We're essentially creating a village. We'll be sending the information with the parent's consent to other sources such as babysitters, grandparents, and support groups who might need about information. Of course, the parents, as they'll need to know all the information and get warnings. And doctors and nurses. So doctors and nurses can perform more detailed diagnosis using the information.
We will be partnering with the NC State Assist program to improve our technology. The NC State Assist program creates many technologies, including wearable technology. One of the technologies we'll be using is a flexible thermoelectric generator. It's the first of its kind that's flexible, so it allows for human applications. This will be used to power wristband and make sure it doesn't run out of battery. We'll also be using the hydration monitor to monitor hydration levels. These two combined. They're both patented by NC State University, and we'll be licensing them to improve our product. So this is another quote, which Ms. Feinstein, a mother of 3, who we interviewed, said that having Mikros would have helped her a lot when she had younger children because it would have kept her relaxed instead of stressful. She loves that the product provides precise and accurate data for a doctor.
These are some of our competitors: Mimo, Monbaby, and Owlet, and these are their products. They measure vitals using a onesie, a pin, and a sock. Some of our key differentiators from our competitors are we measure more vitals in one easy-to-use product. We measure breathing, heart rate, temperature, and hydration levels with help from our sensors. Secondly, Mikros doesn't need any battery life. Imagine not having to charge this lifesaver. Since we're using a patented flexible thermoelectric generator from NC State's Assist program, we use the baby's body heat safely to power this device. We're going to be collecting data to improve our diagnostics and notification capabilities using artificial intelligence. We're going to be collecting our data with iOS, Android, and Windows softwares.
Based on how we're going to market to our customers, we have come up with 3 customer segments. Our first customer segment is parents between the ages of 18 to 25. Our second is between the ages of 26 and 34. And finally, our parents between ages of 35 and above. Our target market are babies between the ages of 1 week to 36 months.
One of our primary ways we're going to market our product is through social media.
To spread the word of Mikros, we put up ads on apps like Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
We're also going to market our product by using support groups for parents, blogs, and trade shows. We're also going to market our product by putting ads on the radio on stations like NPR. And as we grow our market, we're going to be partnering up with baby stores nationally and through e-commerce.
Mr. Evelyn Bowman-Sieben, a father of two, was another one of the parents that we interviewed. He said that cost would not be an issue with Mikros, because anything that could save his infant's life, that's priceless.
So these are our projected finances over the first 5 years. In the first year, we predict to sell 2,000 units for a revenue of $700,000. Our expenses would be $843,000, and that includes research and development, salary, marketing, cost of manufacturing. So our profit will be a loss of $143,000. In the second year, as we sell more, we still have a small loss. In the third year, we have a profit of $1,193,000, selling 12,000 units. The fourth and fifth year, our profits grow as we sell more units. And in the fifth year, we have more profit than expenses.
The industry for monitoring devices currently is about $14 billion. By 2020, it's expected to go to $36 billion. That's a $22 billion increase in 3 years and a 150% growth. That's why we believe we'll be able to grow that. And also, the financial can be found in more detail in the business plan.
As Mikros grows as a company, our wristband and ankle will be able to be used as monitoring for the disabled and elderly. It will also be able to help people of any age with other health issues.
Investors, we would like to ask $1 million from you in order to make Mikros the leading monitoring provider and also at the forefront of medical data collection.
Thank you guys for your time. Do you guys have any questions?
Go ahead.
So tell me, who's going to pay for the product in your mind, and what do you estimate to be your standard retail cost to the customer?
So we're planning on selling the product for $350 in the market, both online and in stores. And using the money that you give us, we'll be putting that to research and development, and then buying the first getting the manufacturers and getting the first product inventory.
Who's the customer?
Oh, the customer?
Who's the customer?
Okay, I'll let Lee or Seal.
Customers would be parents who are worried about their infant's health between the ages of 1 to 36 months. So these parents could be ranged between any of our targeted customer segments.
So did you look at the demographics of this 6.1 per thousand people, or infant deaths, and figure out if those people can generally afford to pay $300 to $400 for this device?
Many of the parents who had their infant die, unfortunately, could afford hospital care, which is a lot. So we, using that into consideration, we priced our product at $50.
I would also like to add that this product saves lives, so that many of the parents we talked to said they're more than happy to spend like any amount of money to save their children's.
Did you do any research to see if it would be covered by insurance?
Oh yeah, I'll give this to our CEO to talk about.
So we looked into insurance companies, and we're not fully aware of that situation because we don't really advertise our product as like, because we have to go through HIPAA regulations and FDA. So once we get that figured out, we can look at insurance companies, and hopefully if you have some advice on that, we're happy to talk to you about it.
I think you all did a great job with the comparative analysis, so great job there. I do have a couple of questions. One is, what is the weight of this band? It's nice, flexible, but what is the weight? And second is, any risk to the baby? Because like you said, babies are important to parents. You can't put a price to it. But they also want to see that there's absolutely no risk. So just curious, any risk analysis there?
So for the weight of the product, it is very small, almost like a watch, basically. A flexible thermal electrogenerator. In the picture, you can see that their fingers could hold it. Regarding the risk, it has a soft cushioning on the inside to protect the baby if it's like itchy or anything. The sensors themselves have no harm to the baby, and we're using a low energy Bluetooth transmitter, and because that's still a research field, and no one knows if a high energy Bluetooth transmitter would hurt a young child.
So to go on what he said, the low Bluetooth energy is super safe. It won't affect the baby at all. Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry. So like Nina, I think you guys did a great job today. I've got 3 questions. The first one is around your target market. So you said the target market is 1 week through 36 months for one of your segments. Have you done any analysis or discussions with hospitals about this device? Because typically 99.9% of these babies in 1 week are in a hospital, and they already have some type of device for monitoring.
So we did some research and found out that babies between the ages of 1 week to 36 months are more prone to health issues. And our monitor would be able to allow the parent and the baby to go home with the parents and be helpful for the parents at home, so they wouldn't have to constantly go to the hospital just to visit their own child.
Two more if you guys don't mind. Sorry. So the second question is around your manufacturing plan. So can you touch on that a little bit? Do you plan to manufacture your product in the States or offshore?
So we'll get all these high quality, high sensors from the best producer. We'll probably send it to one central location that can get manufactured. We haven't looked into the details of where we're going to manufacture it yet. We'll probably most likely be in the least labor, to cost wise.
Last question. So I have 2 kids, so very familiar with how babies are, right? Is there some type of alert mechanism on the device so that if it comes off the child, there's no chance that the baby could swallow the device?
That's a good question. Mr. Corporate.
We haven't actively considered any such mechanism, but there is a location sensor on the device and a temperature sensor, so it wouldn't be difficult to say when the temperature drops to room temperature, that means it's off the hand, and at that point, alert the parents, alert everyone.
Thank you.
Yes, I want to ask one follow-up question to that. That question is the component pieces of it. I saw what you passed around, but is it possible for those components, like in the picture, to actually come off such that there could be a choking hazard? Or are they flat and incorporated in so that they can't come apart?
So all parts of our prototype and our actual wristband would be connected, so it wouldn't have to come apart. So the only way for it to come apart would be like if you physically take it off, but each component would not be able to come off separately.
Yeah.
All right, I've got one question here. So most of the intellectual property that you mentioned that you need for the census and all that, you mentioned NC State, there may be other people who have it also. So have you considered royalty payments in your financial projections?
Yes, sir, we have considered royalty payments, and that's included in the financial section. It's it's about 8% to the NC State. And
So in addition to that, is that what you put in the R&D, or is R&D separate? What do you plan to do with the R&D?
So our research and development in the business plan includes sections that NC State has worked on, the thermoelectric generator and the hydration monitor. Pulse oximetry, which is another technology we're planning on using, is not done by NC State, but we found research articles online and have researched that ourselves. And a few of the other sections are researched ourselves. Only the flexible thermoelectric generator and hydration monitor are directly from NC State University.
So what percentage of your business do you see as a direct sales model versus maybe partnering or distribution channels? And as part of your business plan, does that affect the bottom line in terms of sharing costs? Would that go into your calculation?
could you repeat the question one more time?
Yeah, so as you go to market with your product, are you planning to distribute this direct to customer or through channels? And how does that affect your cost and the profitability?
That's a great question, actually. So in the first year, we'll be looking into more business-to-consumer sales because that'll reduce intermediary costs, and we want to reduce expenses as much as we can. And then the second year, we want to partner, as we get our brand awareness up, we want to partner with big brand retail stores such as Babies R Us. This will allow us to sell to parents worldwide and nationwide. And then the third year, we're going to be opening up to the world market so we can get all the parents hooked into this. And we'll be selling through e-commerce the entire time.
And does your business plan have the cost of sales?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is section for marketing and partnerships in the business plan.
Data collection is a huge industry now, and I know that that's a part of it. I think that's wise. And reading the business plan, I remember saying that de-identified information, if the parents would allow, would go, and it would just be monitored, just from the number of the band. However, will that band also, will there be a registration with that indicates sort of demographic facts that would allow further analysis to be done?
So all the information, as you said, will be known with parents' consent. And once the parents enter in their baby's information, such as the demographics, like age, gender, stuff like that, we believe that'll also be part of the de-identified information. And that'll be very useful, we think, for researchers and analysts to also conduct the trials on.
But that